What if I told you the difference between life and death in a desert isn't strength, isn't luck, but one single decision made in the first hour? And the worst part, most people get it wrong. Now imagine this. You're driving through an endless desert, music playing, everything normal, until suddenly your car stops. No warning, no noise, just silence. Now here's the question. What's the first thing you do? Because that first reaction that decides everything. Now imagine trying to restart the engine again and again, but nothing happens. Now ask yourself, how quickly does panic begin? Because the moment you realize you're stuck, your brain stops thinking clearly. Now imagine stepping outside, heat hitting you like a wall, air so dry it burns your throat. Now think about that moment when you look around and realize there is nothing. No road signs, no buildings, no movement, just endless sand. Now here's the twist. You're not completely empty-handed. You have one thing, one bottle of fuel. Not enough to drive, not enough to escape, just enough to make one decision. Now ask yourself, what would you do with it? Because this isn't just fuel anymore. It's your only chance. Now imagine holding it, staring at it, realizing this small object controls your survival. Now here's the dangerous part. Your brain wants to act fast, but survival requires the opposite. Now ask yourself, can you slow down when everything inside you is screaming to act? Now imagine two choices forming in your mind. Stay with the car or leave. Now think about that. One choice keeps you visible. The other gives you control, but also risk. Now ask yourself, which one actually increases your chances? Now imagine choosing wrong, walking in a random direction, burning energy, losing orientation. Now here's the scary truth. Most people who leave don't come back. Now imagine choosing to stay, but doing nothing, waiting, hoping, and slowly losing time. Now ask yourself, is waiting really safe or just slower failure? Now imagine your body reacting to heat, sweat evaporating instantly, dehydration starting quietly. Now think about that. You don't feel danger immediately, but it's already happening. Now here's where your brain starts making mistakes, because it underestimates time. Now imagine hours passing, sun getting stronger, your energy dropping. Now ask yourself, when do you act too early and you waste resources? Too late and you lose your chance? Now imagine noticing something, the car, reflective, visible from far away. Now think about that. Your biggest asset isn't movement, it's visibility. Now imagine turning that fuel into a signal, smoke, fire, something that forces attention. Now ask yourself, when is the perfect moment to use it? Now imagine using it at the wrong time. Bright sunlight, low visibility, wasted opportunity. Now think about patience again, how hard it is. Now imagine your throat getting dry, swallowing harder. Now ask yourself, how long before your body starts shutting down? Now imagine your mind playing tricks, seeing shapes, hearing sounds that aren't real. Now think about that. Even your brain becomes unreliable. Now here's the key realization. Survival isn't about doing more. It's about doing the right thing at the right time. Now imagine holding that fuel tighter, not as a resource, but as a decision. Now ask yourself, will you use it too early, too late, or exactly when it matters? Because in the desert, timing is everything. Now imagine this. Time is no longer passing normally. It's stretching, slowing, becoming heavier, because every minute in the desert feels longer than the last, and every decision carries more weight than before. Now here's the question. What happens when your body starts failing before help arrives? Because that's where survival turns into a race you might not win. Now imagine waking up after a night that didn't feel like rest. Your body stiff, your mouth completely dry, your lips cracked, your head slightly spinning, and for a moment, you forget. But then it hits again. You're still here, still stuck, and nothing's changed. Now ask yourself, how long before your body stops cooperating completely? Because dehydration isn't just thirst, it's system failure. Now imagine your body trying to conserve water, reducing sweat, slowing down, making you feel weak. Now think about that. Even breathing feels heavier. Now imagine standing up, your balance slightly off, your vision a little blurred. Now here's the dangerous part. Your brain, the one thing you rely on, is starting to fail first. Now ask yourself, how do you make the right decisions when your thinking is getting worse? Now imagine looking at the horizon again, scanning, hoping, but the heat creates illusions. Now you see something, a shape, movement. Your heart races instantly. Now ask yourself, is it real or just your mind? Now imagine stepping forward, tempted to chase it, but stopping yourself. Because you know, one wrong move could cost everything. Now think about control, how hard it is. Now imagine sitting back down, forcing yourself to stay. Now here's the mental battle. Hope versus logic. Now ask yourself, which one do you follow? Now imagine hours passing, your energy dropping faster, your body heavier. Now here's where panic tries to return because your system knows time is running out. Now imagine grabbing that bottle again, staring at it. This is it, your last real option. Now think about strategy, not emotion. Now imagine analyzing everything, sun position, wind direction, visibility. Now ask yourself, when will smoke be most visible? Now imagine waiting for late afternoon, when the light changes, shadows grow, contrast increases. Now think about that. Timing could multiply your chances. Now imagine your throat burning, swallowing, painful. Now here's the pressure. Can you wait that long? Now imagine forcing yourself to hold on, conserving every bit of energy. Now time passes, slowly, painfully, but it passes. Now here's the moment. Sun lowering, light changing. Now imagine standing up again, weaker than before, but focused. Now ask yourself, is this the moment? Now imagine preparing the fuel, carefully, not wasting a drop. Now think about precision. Now imagine pouring a controlled amount, just enough. Now here's the decision. Light it, or wait one more moment. Now imagine taking a breath and acting. Fire ignites, slowly at first, then stronger. Now smoke begins to rise, thick, visible. Now your heart starts pounding again. Now imagine watching the horizon, locked in, waiting for any sign. Now think about time again. Seconds feel like minutes. Minutes feel like hours. Now imagine doubt creeping in. What if no one sees it? What if it's too late? Now ask yourself, do you stop or keep going? Now imagine adding a little more fuel, increasing the signal. Now here's the risk. You're using more of your last resource. Now imagine committing. Fully. Bigger fire. Stronger smoke. Now here's the turning point. A sound. Faint, but real. Now imagine freezing. Listening carefully. Now it comes again. Clearer. Now ask yourself, is this finally it? Now imagine your heart racing uncontrollably. Adrenaline pushing through your weak body. Now think about that. Your system giving one last push. Now imagine feeding the fire again, making sure it doesn't die. Now, smoke rises higher, thicker, impossible to ignore. Now here's the moment. Movement in the distance. Something approaching, slowly, but definitely. Now ask yourself, is it rescue or another illusion? Now imagine focusing harder, forcing your brain to stay clear. Now it gets closer, shape becomes clearer. Now here's the truth, it's real. Now imagine the relief hitting you, overwhelming, emotional, almost breaking you. Now think about everything that just happened, every choice, every moment of patience, every decision not to panic. Now ask yourself, what actually saved you? Because it wasn't just the fuel, it was how you used it. Now imagine the alternative, using it too early, wasting it, missing this exact moment. Now think about how close it was, how easily it could have gone wrong. Now here's the final realization. Survival isn't about having more resources. It's about making better decisions. Under pressure. Because in situations like this, even one small mistake can erase every chance, and one smart move can save your life. Now imagine being pulled out, given water, safety returning slowly. Now think about that feeling. Not just relief, but realization that everything depended on timing, control, and not giving up when it mattered most. And maybe that's the biggest lesson. Sometimes, survival isn't about strength. It's about thinking clearly when everything around you is falling apart.